Hello and welcome to the Day Ahead. It is Wednesday, October the 1st. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local share market is set to open slightly lower to begin the new quarter, with ASX futures off by around 11 points. Global equities initially fell overnight ahead of a likely US government shutdown, but then recovered to finish in the green. In a choppy session on Wall Street, the major indices closed higher, marking quarterly and monthly gains. For the month, the S&P 500 gained 3.5% for its biggest September gain since 2010. While for the quarter, it was up 7.8%. The Nasdaq was up more than 5.5% for the month, to be up more than 11%, the best third quarter gain in 5 years. And the Dow was up almost 2% across the month, climbing more than 5% for the quarter. Well, the last session of the quarter was subdued given the looming government shutdown, with airlines leading declines as a suspension of federal government services is likely to affect aircraft movements. Healthcare was the best performing sector, with Pfizer rallying after President Trump said it would cut the price of all prescription drugs in the Medicaid program for low-income Americans. Nike beat expectations for quarterly profit with a rise in first quarter revenue as the sportswear giant attempts to rediscover its identity after a string of weak quarters. OpenAI reported around $4.3 billion in revenue in the first half, about 16% more than it generated all of last year, but spent $2.5 billion on research and development costs. And chipmaker Wolfspeed surged a day after exiting bankruptcy. Firefly Aerospace plummeted following a launchpad failure of its core booster for its Alpha rocket. And in London, BHP shares fell on a report from Bloomberg that China's state-run iron ore buyer has told major steelmakers to temporarily halt purchases of all new BHP shipments. Well, the US government shutdown, appears inevitable as Republicans and Democrats fail to reach an agreement that would extend funding past a midnight deadline. Democrats want to modify the must-pass spending bill to extend health benefits for millions of Americans that are due to expire at the end of the year. Republicans say they must tackle that issue separately. President Trump has warned that allowing the federal government to shut down would allow his administration to take irreversible action, including shutting down Democrat-initiated programs. The US Labor and Commerce Departments have flagged that the shutdown would mean all data releases, including September's employment report due on Friday, would be suspended. Well, the latest data showed job openings increased marginally in August, while hiring declined, with federal government job openings falling amid spending cuts. US Treasury yields were mixed, with some investors seeking safe assets. Amid the political uncertainty, the US 10-year yield was at 4.14%, the 2-year falling to 3.59%. The US dollar index was down marginally on the day. The Aussie dollar, which rose after the Reserve Bank decision to leave rates on hold, has climbed back above 66 US cents. Oil prices have fallen on the prospect of a supply surplus due to potential OPEC Plus plans for a larger output hike this month. Brent crude futures down almost 1.5% at $67 a barrel. Copper fell close to 1%, iron ore up marginally at $103 a tonne, and gold hovering near record highs, buoyed by concerns over a US government shutdown. Spot gold at around $3,858 an ounce. And Bitcoin is trading at around 114,000 US dollars. Ahead locally today, we get September's National Home Value Index from Cotality. That is your Day Ahead. See you again tomorrow.